The balanced allocation annuity offers several different choices in how to accumulate an income account by using the Baylor Balanced Allocation Lifetime Income Rider. The Maya Annexus site allows you to go ahead and generate an illustration to show your client how it may work for them. This is the first screen that you see when you log into the Maya Annexus site. Down here under calculators, if I click on product calculators and then BAA Income Rider for agent, it's going to bring me to an input screen that I can start to input and design an illustration for a client presentation. The first thing that you need to do is use a client name in order to move forward. Today I'm going to just use valued client as my client. I'm going to assume that he's male, and we're going to use the state of Arizona where Senior Advisor Group is located. I'm going to assume that he's also single and he is 65 years old. If I come under product information, this is where I'm going to choose and how I'm going to accumulate my income rider. You can see as I click on that button, there are three different choices. The choice I'm going to focus in on now is the Balanced Allocation Lifetime Income Rider with fixed interest. There are two ways I'm going to demonstrate in how we can generate income. The first way is through level income. The other choice would be inflationary index, which I'll come back and demonstrate in how we do that. But if I choose level income and I choose the BAA 12, I'll want to assume worst case scenario on this one at 0% growth, and I'm going to assume that this is non-qualified for a $100,000. If I go down now to go to income info, it'll allow me to tell me how I'm going to take that income and when I'm going to take the income. Frequency income I'm going to leave as annual, and I'm just going to assume that we're going to wait 10 years to start taking income. If I choose calculate down here, the green button, it's actually going to display the information that I just inputted, but it will also allow me to see how much income that client is going to be able to receive. And in this case, it would be $11,939, but it will also show me the confinement waiver. Remember, the balanced allocation annuity has a confinement waiver that doubles the lifetime income if you're confined into a nursing care facility and meet the required time period. Once I'm satisfied with these numbers, if I come up to the blue bar over here where it says results, it's going to allow me to display what the illustration would look like. So for this particular illustration, you can see I put in $100,000. I waited 10 years, started the lifetime income, and now my client is going to have a guaranteed income for the rest of their life of $11,939. If I'm satisfied with those numbers, if I come up and click the green button, it's going to allow me to go ahead and print that illustration and/or a couple of different choices as far as email it to me, include the total benefit of ownership, but also include my information. Now, when you log into the My Annexus site under your login, this information will automatically be generated, and this email address that we have here is the one where that email that is going to be PDF to. The other choice for taking income is through inflationary protection. So if I come back over to the input screen and I click Edit Inputs, go back to Product Info, now I'm going to be able to choose that same information, but now instead of showing a level income, I can show one that's going to have inflation insurance on it. I choose inflation indexed. My inflation rate is default to 2, but I can put anything from 1 to 5. I'm going to use 3 for our illustration. I'm going to keep everything else the same. I'm going to have the BAA 12. If I wanted to use FERs and bonuses, I just click that income rider down, and you can see my different choices that I would have. But I'm going to keep everything the same, and I'm going to go to income, take 10. Now when I hit calculate, you can see that I have the same information, but now I'm choosing inflationary indexed, an inflationary rate of 3%. You'll notice my income is less. When we choose the inflationary protected side, we start out at a lower rate, but I want to show you the benefit of having inflationary protection. If I come over here to click results, you can see now in that same example, I start out with $9,949, but very soon into the product, I'm right back to where I was on the fixed level payout, but more importantly, 10 years down the line, you can see I've increased to $13,370. One of the things the balanced allocation strategy allows you to do is to create an income plan for your client that will allow their purchasing power to keep up with the cost of inflation. One of the flaws and the downfalls in income riders that we see is everybody generates a guaranteed lifetime income, but nobody's generating a guaranteed lifetime income that will keep up with the cost of inflation for the next 30 years after once they start that illustration. Again, with this particular one, I would come over here to print. I have the same choices that I would have here. This time I'm going to click OK. I have two different choices as to download and save as PDF or to view as PDF. If I click to view PDF, you can see now this is the illustration that I would be able to present to my client. Here's all my input information, but now I can scroll down and see what it would be. Same thing, just as the numbers I was looking to before, you can see that in this particular case, I go all the way to age 95. Now my lifetime income is $17,969. If I continue to scroll through the illustration, we have a little bit more information about how that growth works. And it also would tell them if they wanted to wait, well, what if I waited 11 years? What if I waited 15 years? If I waited 15 years, I would start at $13,315 and start increasing on an inflationary level from there. If you'd like a little bit more information on how to run a fixed income illustration on the balance allocation annuity, please give us a call over here at Senior Advisory Group at 1-800-256-1696. We'll be more than happy to walk through and how to do that for you so you get comfortable in running these illustrations.